Hello everybody, welcome to the Traveling Lotus Flower. We are at Goose Point Campground at Philpott Lake today, so this is our official first traveling video. It's going to be kind of a slow flow that anybody can do, and just tune in and enjoy. Let's start at the back of the mat in child's pose. Thanks. Just coming down here and starting to follow the breath. The inhale and the exhale. The rise and fall of the stomach against the thighs. We're here for about 5 breaths. With your next inhale, roll forward for modified plank, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, push back. And inhale, roll forward, and exhale, push back. And one more, inhale, roll forward, and exhale, push back. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, round for cat, drawing the belly to the spine. Inhale, pull forward for cow, pulling the heart through. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, pull through for cow. And exhale, round for cat. Coming to our first down dog. The toes lift the hips. The feet may be wide, the mat distance apart, a little wider than your hips. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower the right heel, bend the left knee. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower both heels. Holding here for a couple of breaths. With your next inhale, drop the right knee and kickstand that foot out. We're moving to modified side angle. So spinning that foot down, pressing into the outside edge of that back foot. And inhale the left hand up. Continuing to breathe. With your next inhale, stretch that left arm over the ear, drawing a long line of energy from the blade of that back foot all the way up through the fingertips. And inhale the arm back up. And exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Curling those toes under, lift that knee up and draw it into the nose. Exhale, step the foot between the hands for a runner's lunge. Holding here, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. If you have blocks, you can place them here. We're going to inhale, grounded airplane, back leg lifts. And exhale, fold, left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. We'll inhale the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. And exhale, bend in the knees, bowing down. Palms on the mat, step the left foot back. And the right foot joins. Come down onto the knees, lifting the toes and drawing the elbows in, slowly lower down. We're coming to Sphinx pose. So the elbows are in line with the shoulders. All 10 toes are on the mat and your legs are about as wide as your mat. The gaze is slightly forward in front of the fingertips and you're pulling the heart forward. And we'll be here for about 10 breaths. Your eyes can be open or closed. And here you should be feeling the belly. As you inhale, expand, and as you exhale, the belly contracts. Two more breaths. With your next inhale, bring the hands back in line with the shoulders and come up on the knees, and then tuck the toes and lift the hips back to down dog. Hold in here for a couple of breaths. With your next inhale, drop that left knee. We're moving to the other side. Kickstand that left foot out. Extending the right leg, lining the shoulder and the wrist up. Inhale that right hand up. Pressing into the blade of the back foot, the outside edge. And take an inhale here, exhale, extending the arm. Again, you're wanting a nice long line of energy from the foot all the way up through the fingertips. And inhale that arm back up. And take a nice big inhale, reaching through those fingers. Exhale, return the palm to the mat. Come up on the toes, draw that knee into the nose, and step the foot between the hands for a runner's lunge. Using your blocks if you need them. Inhale, grounded airplane, back leg lifts. Exhale, fold, right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold to hold. So hold in here for about 5 breaths. You can have your palms on the blocks, on the mat. You can grab your elbows and just let your head hang loose. Choose what feels best for you. Hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, bringing the hands up to touch. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll open the chest. So inhale the hands out. Exhale, bring them around behind the back, clasping the hands together. Extending the index fingers, kind of like you're pointing down at the ground. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. We'll inhale here. And exhale. And inhale the hands up. And exhale, bow all the way down through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back and the left foot joins. Roll out, come down onto those knees for modified plank and lower all the way to the stomach. Inhale here, exhale up for a little baby cobra, keeping those elbows tucked in. And exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale back up to the hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, come back up for down dog. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower. With your next inhale, look between the hands and step that right foot between the hands for a runner's lunge. Spin the back heel down, cartwheel open for warrior 2. We're moving to triangle, so inhale, straighten that right leg. Surf the body forward and tilt, bringing that right hand to the shin, left hand to the sky. And you're lining up your hips and your shoulders. Here it's kind of like you're between 2 panes of glass. And take an inhale, reaching through that left hand. Exhale, bend the knee and come back down to a runner's lunge. Inhale, grounded airplane, back leg lifts. Exhale, fold, left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees, rolling all the way up. Big inhale, and exhale all the way back down through center. The left foot steps back, the right foot joins. We're moving back to down dog. Holding here for a couple of breaths. With your next inhale, looking between the hands, step that left foot up between the hands for a runner's lunge. We're moving to warrior two, spin the back heel down and cartwheel open to warrior two. Triangle pose. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Surf the body forward and tilt. Bringing the left hand to the shin, the right hand to the sky. And take an inhale, reaching through that right hand. Exhale, bend the knee. Come back down for a runner's lunge. Inhale, grounded airplane, back leg lifts. Exhale, fold, right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. And exhale, come all the way down through center. We're moving to a Hindi squat. So if you have blocks, you can use these, but your feet are going to come about mat distance apart. Turning the toes out and the heels in. You're going to kind of sit down, and what you can do with your block is you can kind of place it and use it as a seat. Elbows come to the inside of the knees, hands are in prayer at your heart, and you're pushing with your elbows, pushing the knees out. Your back is straight, you got a long line of energy from the seat all the way through the crown of the head. And you can be here with your eyes open or closed. And we're here for about 5 breaths. With your next inhale, bring the hands down to the mat. If you're using a block, remove the block. Bring the toes to face the front and make your way down to a seated position. Legs out in front of you, flex your feet. Placing the hands beside the hips. We're going to do Dandasana pose, which is seated forward fold, but we're going to fold from the hips. Instead of rounding over the legs, like most people do when they fold, we're just going to start hinging from the hips. So sitting up nice and tall and straight, your shoulders are away from your ears, and you're just going to start hinging from the hips. So we're bending and folding from here, and your hands are by your side. And my legs start shaking really quick. I don't have to fold very far before my legs start shaking. We're going to hold here for about 4 breaths. And inhale, release. Shake those legs out. And now we'll inhale up and exhale, fold. Rounding the back, dropping the head, relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here for 2 or 3 breaths. And inhale up. And exhale, come down onto your back. If you have a block, grab it. If not, I'll show you a modification. We're moving to bridge pose. So you can take full bridge just by feet or hip distance apart. Inhale and lift. Squeezing the inner thighs together, lifting up, releasing the glutes though. We're using more legs for the quads here than you are the glutes. So you could be here. If you have a block, you can place it on its lowest level and be here. You can place it on the next level and be here, or you can place it on the highest level and be here, which is more of a restorative. Using the block is more of a restorative bridge. I'm going to come down and use the middle block. If you are taking full bridge without the blocks, I will cue you to come down and rest and then come back up. Lower down and release the knees together. So just let the knees drop in together, the feet come out about mat's distance apart. Let the knees fall together. If you're in restorative bridge, just stay where you are. If you've got a block, if you're using a block. If you are coming back into full bridge, bring the feet hip distance apart, and with the inhale, lift the hips. And with your next inhale, we're going to release the bridge, whether it's full bridge or restorative. So lifting the hips, removing the block, lowering the hips all the way down to the mat, hugging the knees into the chest. Release that left leg out, keeping the right knee pulled in. And then inhale that left knee in and extend the right leg. And inhale both knees in. And then release out for Shavasana. So the feet come out mat's width, the palms are out by your side, facing nice big deep cleansing breaths. Take rest in Shavasana. I encourage you to stay in Shavasana as long as you have time for. I'm going to close off class. So if you choose to come out of Shavasana now, start to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe stretching the arms out overhead. And in your own time, in your own way, make your way to a seated position. And we'll close off class with 2 deep breaths. So take a big inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Allow your hands to come to heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to share in your yoga practice. I hope you've enjoyed this class from the lake. Delight in me honors delight in you. Namaste.